What is going on, guys? White Horse here. Going to be giving you guys another deck profile tonight of Mr. Mikey Reinhardt's Dinomorphia deck. He has been playing here at Locals. He's been dominating everybody here at Locals with. Before we get into the deck profile, is there any shout-outs or anything you want to say before we showcase the deck?
So shout out to all of my friends, the very important people in my life. I wouldn't have half the cards or half the skill without all the play testing and trading I've done with them. So shout out to Bailey, Matt, Javier, Tim Garrett, Manny, and if I forgot your name, I'm sorry. You'll be remembered in the comments.
All good, brother.
Shout out to the Hobby Hub, favorite LGS here in Alabama. Great place, great staff, great events. Hobby Hub.
Yes, sir. That's what's up. All right, let's just get straight into the deck, all right?
All right, so we've got side, extra, main. Let's start with the main because that's the most important one.
All right.
So for in archetype cards, of course, 3 Dinomorphia Theresia. This Starlight right here is given me by the one and only Matt Whitehorse.
Yes, sir.
3 Diplos. That's it for your main deck monsters because that's all we got.
Yeah.
For normal Dinomorphia traps, we have the standard lineup. 3 Frenzy, 3 Domain. Frenzy's the best card. Domain's the second best card.
Yeah.
You need to see either or both of these in your opening hand in order to play. On to the 2 ofs. We have Dinomorphia Alert. This card is great recovery. This card is absolutely critical for certain matchups like against Branded and Dragon Link because they love to run Super Poly and we don't really have a way to counteract that. So this is the only way that we have, reestablishing a board after getting hit with Super Poly because it hurts.
Yeah, Super Poly's bad, man. It's all over the place, especially if you're playing against Hobby.
Oh,
He's always got it.
14 copies.
That's right.
Yep. For the last one for the normal traps, we have Dinomorphia Brute. This card is great for non-targeting destruction. Just like all the other normal traps, they all have the graveyard effect. If you take effect damage, while you're at 2,000 or less, you just banish one of these from the graveyard, take no effect damage for the rest of the turn. All these come up. All these are important. Burn damage is burn damage. You can never predict where it's going to come up.
That's what's up. And is that actually like all the Dinomorphia traps?
And that is all the normal Dinomorphia traps. Yep.
Nice.
Onto the counter traps, we have 3 Intact.
See you, Mikey.
And 2 Sonic. See you later, man. For Dinomorphia Intact, this is the absolutely best card we could have ever asked for support. This is basically a custom card. Someone at Konami loves us. Sonic is just as good, but for Intact, it negates any monster effect activation, destroys it. Counter traps, they won't be able to respond to it in most instances. And the most important thing is after you resolve this card, for the rest of the turn, you can't be killed by battle damage, because any battle damage you will take ends up becoming half of what your then life point total is. So,
wow.
Resolve this and you're good on, battle damage for the rest of the turn.
Nice. So, yeah, it just becomes half.
Yep.
Sweet.
You do have to destroy a Dinomorphia card along with it, so, buyer beware. You don't want to pop your only Rex term just to negate like one monster effect. Sonic does the exact same thing except for spell and trap cards. It does not stop effect activation. It stops spell and trap cards. It does the same thing that the other one does, like all the counter traps in this archetype. If you take battle damage while you're at 2,000 less life, you just banish one of these and take no battle damage from that one battle. It's not like the effect damage where it's for the rest of the turn. It's just for that one instance.
Sweet.
Alrighty, that's it for the archetype cards. Moving on to staples and support, we've got 3 copies of Ash Blossom. Just why not?
Yeah.
Generic is generic, and Miscellaneousaurus. Bring this back to 3. Miscellaneousaurus is really fun resolving, and it helps you protect your guys a little bit more. Rexterm is a beast of a card, but with how popular Bestials right now are, Jerusalem is just a bane, so this card really helps. Onto the spell lineup, 3 of Duality. It's great. You're not special summoning on your turn that much, and this is so nice.
Free, just free cards.
Yep. 2 of Fossil Dig. 3 would be nice, but it's a little too much. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But this searches pretty much anything you want, including Miscellaneousaurus. So if you have, a handful of Theresia or a Diplos, just search this.
Yeah.
And then of course, Called By. Who doesn't like Called By? It's absolutely necessary for this list too, mainly because Ash Blossom kills Dinomorphia dead in the water. If we only have, one fusion trap set, all it takes is 1 Ash and that's the whole turn. Yeah. That's a handshake and a half. All right. For generic traps, Dinomorphia Judgment. This
Oh
this
my
is just
goodness,
this is an
yeah.
honorary Dinomorphia card. Who are we kidding? Pay half, just negate about
Just
anything.
anything, yeah.
Solemn Judgment. No, Infinite Impermanence.
Infinite permanence.
This card is great for if you end up having to go second in the deck because it helps interact with certain plays that your opponent can
Yeah,
have.
certain floods.
Yep, and then of course
Oh,
Eradicator
gotta
and
be.
Ferret Flames. All right, so after playtesting with these decks and with this list for a while, I'm tempted to bump both of these up to 3 copies each because this card saves games and this card end games.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah,
more.
Eradicator's just.
Yeah, it's Eradicator.
rough. It's
Who are we
rough,
kidding?
yeah.
It's going away soon. So hey, I'll have more space for Ferret Flames.
There you go. And is that the main deck count?
That
or
is
main
the
deck?
entire main deck. 41,
41
cards
cards.
exactly. At least that's what I tell myself. All right, extra deck. This is where we live and breathe and win. 3 Rex Term, 3
Truth.
Catcher Genia,
Yep.
and 3 Stealth Bergia. You're only summoning these. All
Yeah.
right. You can summon this in very fringe moments. Like if your opponent's low on life and they're playing a monster heavy, deck, this can come up and this can end games. Just like, oh, you activate a monster effect, chain, burn, win, GG. But you're summoning these. All right.
Yeah. Rex Term's the truth.
Yeah, Rex Term.
So good.
Yeah, there's no stopping him. Catcher Genie is good. It helps you, extend plays, and in the late game can very easily get over a lot of stuff right now. Swinging for 39.75 or whatever her attack point will be does come up. Also,
Yeah.
all of them do have floating effects. So once these get on the field, it's kind of hard to like outpace because we do have recursion with these guys. And Rex Term just goes burr.
It does.
All right.
That card, man.
For other stuff, one Psychic End
Oh, I
Punisher,
can imagine that card going crazy in this deck because the life point's different.
1 Zeus, 2 Dolka, Logia, and for those of you that are good at math, this is only 14. That's because my friend Javier, who's been lending me his Chaos Angel, decided to take it back. How selfish.
All good.
You can make this with Rex Term and Ash Blossom. It came up once in a past duel and it won me the game. Zeus, you make these, swing, and then just go into Zeus if you want, or if you just keep them on board. I play 2 Dolka because monster effects are super prevalent right now in this format.
Be able to stop the Ash too on the trap.
It's good for like stopping key interactions, like I said, with Druid's Worm, and then other monster effects that activate hand and graveyard because Rex Term can't touch that.
Yeah.
This is only for monsters on field, but this anywhere.
Yeah.
Logia is just Logia, good for baiting out a spell or trap card activation. The Chaos Angel, you just make it with any of the level 4 Dinomorphia monsters and 3-0 Stealth Bergia, but most of the time 3-0. I mean, Catcher Genia. That's it for the extra deck. Now let's move on to the spice section. That is the side deck. Side deck is always up to change. I haven't updated it in a while, but after playing these last couple of tournaments, I figured out what I need to take out. So firstly, Sphere Mode, Evenly, Dimensional Barrier,
Deep Barrier,
Anti-Spell Fragrance, and the third copy of This Goes in Match decided to disappear on me forever and ever. I'm pretty sure he's not coming back with the milk. This is for breaking boards. This is for breaking boards. This is for game 3. And these are coming out. All right. These are coming out for Droll, and these 3 are coming out for Dimension Shifter. Yes. The whole thing is that if I go first and I win going first, and I'm going second, game 2, I'd rather have more options for having to go second, and both of those hand traps right now are very critical because Droll and Lockbird shuts down a lot of consistency and a lot of combo decks, and Shifter just says no to Mando.
To a lot of decks,
Dimensional Barrier is always going to be a mainstay in any trap deck, really, especially in this one. Game 3, this will come up. Evenly matched. It's give or take, There's a lot of use for it right now, but it's a little niche. This does help counteract against like decks like Labyrinth, if they don't erad you first. You play this one.
Sphere Mode is just brutal.
It's brutal.
Really good against Mando.
Like it really does punish like super heavy combo decks. And the reason we play this instead of like Lava Golem, I'm sure the theory's been out there for a while, but This synergizes better with Pot of Duality because this normal summons itself.
Yeah.
Lava Golem special summons itself. So
That's true. That's true.
so we can, Pot of Duality into
yeah.
this, and then just drop this, break a board.
Break their board. Yeah.
Pretty much. So
That's what's up.
these 9 cards are great. These are coming out, and we're putting the new stuff
Shifter
in.
rolls going in.
Oh yeah.
Well, that sounds good, man. I appreciate the deck profile, and good luck on the journey and everything in the military. Is there anything you want to say before we close?
I have wonderful, amazing friends who, without them, I wouldn't have come like halfway as far as a duelist or like as a TCG player in general.
Yeah.
The mat you see here today, a friend got for me from NAIC just this year too. It's a great mat.
Beautiful.
So I figure myself I'm a very lucky person to have all the wonderful people in my life. So also, never stop playing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. I appreciate the deck profile, and until next time, guys, this is why we're signing out. Peace.
Support independent music.
All right.